after 125, these guys look huge.
But again, they're weighing in at 55. They're walking in at 70.
Yeah.
Or so, Stephen Persaud, very calm, coming down to the cage, very relaxed.
What was that? Amsterdam Cannabis? Was that nothing? No.
Amsterdam Cannabis. Their logo is that everybody wants to smoke. They want all the smoke. That's what it is.
All the smoke. The worst thing about the Ricky George fight being over is all the beautiful women that were here with him left. They were all sitting over there. I'm just saying. Listen, you guys watch what you watch. I'll watch what I watch. The front naked choke has got to be. I don't think I've seen it. Rear naked choke. The front naked choke. I think it's the first time I've ever actually seen it.
You got to be in the right position to hit it. Hayden had long enough arms. He was able to get the angle underneath the chin. A lot of times, if you're not deep enough under the chin, you can't get it.
Right.
Because, again, the thing about any choke is really it's lines and angles. It's math. Where can you create the torque? Where can you create the pressure? Where can you create the proper line of tension?
Okay, show me on Brian.
Not a problem. Here we go. Front naked choke on Brian Cody. You sure I got my Instagram?
Well, if there's any reason to reactivate it, it would be video of that.
I'll be back. You got to give your brain a reset sometimes,
I don't. I literally, I just don't trust social media. It's evil, and I say stupid things. I feel like every time you log into social media, you give yourself an instant lobotomy.
I've done so many stupid things over the years, which is probably why I don't have it anymore.
There you go.
Who runs the Albany Firebird account?
Ben Nelson.
Okay.
I call him Benny Ice.
You have to have complete trust in somebody running an organization's Instagram, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, you think about the guy who used to own the organization before.
Yeah.
He clearly lost his Instagram.
Yeah.
Something going on there.
Here we go. Rich Lang ready to battle Duff Holmes and the crew. Again, we see Al Morrow behind him. Al's still waiting on his next pro fight. He's doing great. Coming off a big win. Mohegan Sun.
Man. These two guys, I mean, they look the part. Like if I went to Central Casting and said I need two badass dudes who are gonna throw hands on a Friday night at Rivers Casino and Resort, they'd be the first two in freaking line.
Agreed.
Persaud looks like the running back at like Navy.
Right.
Like supreme shape, focused.
I kind of like the fact that he's not even acknowledging anything that's going on besides his corner. It's all there.
And everybody's different. Some people really, they like to do that. Instead, they stay focused. They don't let their attention and their focus drift.
Man,
Did your corner have to employ any strategy or tactic for you, Will, moments before the fight, just to make sure that
they check his oil?
Your oil.
No,
checked
just breathing.
out.
Just make sure you're warm, making sure that you're calm. I mean, that's kind of the only thing.
Yeah. Did you ever get a sense, like when do the nerves or the anxiety go away?
It all depends upon how you prepare. I mean, my last fight was the fight I spoke about where there were some issues. I mean, I actually had an anxiety attack during the fight because there was a lot of stuff going on outside the cage. Not even worth getting into, but, a lot of stuff that really spun my head that was going on outside the cage during the fight. I mean, in my corner.
And again, every time you stop at that line of respectability, I'm like waiting.
We got a long story that we don't have time. We're going to have to bring it up to Mike Falvo. Put it this way. People that used to be my coaches were like threatening suicide the day before my fight, showed up at my fight, fighting with girlfriends, like just yelling at me in the middle of the fight. It spun me totally out of loop.
That's insane. Okay.
We're going to bring it up to Mike Falvo.
Well played.
The action continues on the card for Cage War 65 with our upcoming championship bout. 3 3-minute rounds for the USMTA Lightweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in yesterday at 154 pounds, representing pound for pound fitness out of Paterson, New Jersey, Stephen the Bull Persaud. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in yesterday at 156 pounds, representing Mohawk Valley Mixed Martial Arts out of New Hartford, New York, Clubber, the Hitman Lang.
That's a perfect nickname for him.
Really is.
I'll tell you what, man. Stephen Persaud is very calm. It's going to be interesting to see him perform tonight.
Lang's reach looks frightening.
Yeah, they don't look like they can weigh the same.
No.
You know, I mean, just body types and.
Yesterday afternoon they did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But again,
Last
you know,
time.
Lang has the reach and he's taller.
Yeah,
so,
Lang is taller.
you know, Persaud definitely the more compact, stocky guy.
So this is all about can Persaud close the distance and not eat a bunch of punches in the process.
Yes, exactly. Avoid that big right hand of Rich Lang.
Lang has got crazy power.
He looks huge.
He's so strong.
But, oh!
We definitely see Persaud wants to take it to the ground.
It's the old equalizer.
Well, he didn't take it too. I think he took it through the ground.
I'm telling you, Navy running back.
Let's see what Rich can do from his back, trying to get to that right hip. He's got the guard open. Trapping that left hand of Lang with his knee. Persaud opening up some strikes.
Persaud's coach is right there calling out the toes in the cage.
We haven't seen this with Lang. We have not seen Lang.
No,
down
I've not seen Lang
No.
get put down like that and held down by a wrestler. Now, with his feet closed like that, there's not much you can do. In order to get up or get to a hip, you kind of got to open up. There we go.
How do you take that slam and not lose all your air?
Well, as long as you don't land flat on your back, you're kind of okay. And these guys and girls learn how to land, in training.
Man. Persaud controlling this thing right now.
Yeah,
against the
good
cage.
start.
Rich Lang fighting the hands, doing some right things, but, he's got to get to the hip. He's got to create a sweep or some sort of a reversal. He's nice and calm.
The crowd here at Cage Wars is shocked that that's a slow-paced fight all of a sudden. They
Well,
haven't seen one all night.
I don't know what to do.
Rich Lang's back against the fence in Stephen Persaud's corner. Stephen is nice and calm.
Both fighters.
Rich trying to work the legs up. Looking for the arm, threatening the arm. Sometimes that's just to get your opponent out of position so you can get into a better position. Not even that you're really looking to finish that submission. Only 1 minute left, though. There's got to be some sense of urgency for Rich Lang here.
It's incredible that Lang hasn't even opened up his mouth to breathe yet. I mean, his breathing is so controlled.
He looks like he's holding his
But
breath.
here's
He's
the
in a
thing. It's
fight.
not a breathing contest. This is a fight.
It's incredible, though.
So
how-
it's great that you can breathe, but if you're on your back for 3 minutes.
right, but it has to show something for some kind of a incredible.
No, there is
controlled
no
breathing
scoring for breath work.
stamina, at least.
This is not meditation class.
Well, we'll see if
Good
it
job by Rich
There he
Lang.
goes.
See,
But look at Persaud.
eventually will.
Persaud's still
But from this position, he can't really
actually.
knee.
If you look at Lang's eyes, he's
Oh,
not comfortable.
he's looking for a choke. Can he finish it?
Lang is not
Look
comfortable
for that
right
Darce
now.
choke. Matt Goller, referee there. He doesn't have the arm all the way in through to lock on that bicep. Rich Lang doing a nice job fighting the hands.
And Lang is a strong guy. I mean, that's really saying a lot about the strength of Persaud here. This was a we've never seen Lang lose a round, I don't think.
That was the first time this fight Lang has looked uncomfortable.
10 seconds. Stephen Persaud wants to leave this image in the judges' minds.
So we're gonna see a completely different Lang. I would imagine in round number 2. I'm a little surprised by that.
When they call for the break, when the horn sounds, Persaud's very slow to get off of Lang. Is that gamesmanship, or is maybe Persaud a little winded right now?
No, that's gamesmanship. He's calm. It leads to his calmness. Like, why am I going to jump up? He's in a flow. He's in his state.
Plus, it's got to annoy the heck out of Lang.
Oh, well, it does, too. And you only get a minute between rounds, so, that's cutting off some good breathing time for Rich.
All right, so there's a "Let's go, Steven, let's go" chant that is now being booed by the other half of the building.
Well, Steven coming from out of town, fighting an MVMMA guy, I mean, he wants to be the spoiler.
See what kind of adjustments Lang can make here in round number 2.
Persaud does
Look at
not
this.
he doesn't even look at Lang until he's in the middle of the cage.
Yeah.
These guys look like they belong in like a Van Damme reboot.
Yeah.
Like
That's exactly
Lionheart.
I'm telling you, Central Casting just was like, give me the two guys who fight right before Van Damme takes on Chuck Norris.
They 100% look like they were reprising something out of Bloodsport.
Yeah.
The way they approached each other right there. That was fun.
As you can see, Steven's using these punches, but
There it
to
is.
close the distance, get him to the cage.
Wow. A little bit. He's not under the chin there.
It's really hard to finish that from closed guard anyway, especially when you're back against the cage.
I mean, here we are again. He's taking him right over to his corner.
Yep.
Even his corner is like relaxed.
Well, and again, that's what you want. You want to be nice and relaxed. You don't want to waste energy. You want to be able to be aware and mindful of your next moves.
I want to start calling him the heart surgeon. He's just calm at all times. It is,
Yeah.
Insane.
And again, Lang has the feet open, going back to close. I mean, he's really got to open the feet, open the legs, put the feet on the hips.
Now, you guys have seen Lang fight way more than I have.
Yeah.
Is that in his toolbox?
He's not had to yet. He's not fought somebody that's been this dominant on the top.
He's been able to sort of physically just out-muscle any of his opponent's strengths for the most part, by and large, and he's not really able to do that here tonight.
And again, he's he's not getting hit. He's he's not in any danger necessarily, but he's losing the round.
Well, he's also putting himself in a situation where the only way he can win a fight now, with only a minute to go in round 2, is with a stoppage. So
Lang from his back, it was an open palm smack right to Persaud's eye. Persaud changed his grip real quick. It might be the first time Lang's actually done some damage to Persaud this fight.
And you see Lang grabbing onto that right arm. You got to open up the hips and try to roll his opponent off the top of him. Trying to get that left knee in.
45 seconds left to go, round 2. All Persaud so far.
Persaud sees his path to victory, and he's walking down it.
Yep. He's laying right on it.
I think most people watching would be surprised that Lang is accepting it, but I don't know. Do you think Lang is accepting it, or do you think this is just all Persaud?
It's all Persaud's control.
Oh, that
You hear
back.
Rich Lang's corner calling for the underhook. You see Persaud locking that left leg down.
Persaud does not. I mean, not that anybody likes to get hit. Every time Persaud gets hit, he changes exactly what he's doing. I mean, he goes right back to laying on top of him, but there.
Oh! Looking for the straight knee bar there. That was slick.
Even there, did you watch? Persaud does not let go until the ref actually separates them, even when they're on their feet.
I love it.
He's got some creativity.
He's still calm.
Well, he just got spoken to. What was that about? The way he tried to grab that knee bar? Or?
Yeah, because there's no rotational leg locks in amateur MMA. So rolling that way, you got to be careful that it's still a straight knee bar.
Okay. Did you hear that? Let's make some noise for tonight's ring girls. Like 6 dudes behind me, just like, yeah.
Show of appreciation.
Very talented women.
And hard working.
Extremely.
Well, it's most likely 2 rounds to nothing, and if you're laying, you have to have a stoppage. Your path to victory, to totality, is in the first 20 seconds of this round right now. You might as well just go balls to the wall.
100%.
And if you hit him with a flying knee or just change the momentum, the crowd wants to start going crazy for Lang. He's just given them nothing to cheer for tonight.
And again, he's hesitating to throw the strikes because his opponent's closing the distance and changing the level so
But
well.
at what point, though, do you just not throw caution to the wind and just say, screw it?
Yeah,
So
he just
there
did.
it is. Then the first 20 seconds.
Yeah.
It's,
But you don't want to throw a naked kick at a guy like that.
okay.
There we go, Rich Lang.
There's a knee. Lang showing some heart, showing some fight.
I just think the Persaud's build is built to hold you against the cage, built to hold you down. He's so physically strong. He's so stout.
Rich fighting the hands.
But look at even like Rich. So Lang has got a hold of his arm. He's got both his legs, and Persaud's so strong. He still is closing the grip on it.
Absolutely. He's got those hands gripped, and Rich cannot break that grip. Less than 2 minutes.
I mean, they say what styles make fights. What style stops that kind of just brute strength?
Angles. Creating angles to negate the brute strength. Whew. And again, easier said than done when all that pressure's on you.
Right. When, as Brian said, the Navy running back is laying on top of you, choking you out.
Well, and it's not even laying on top. It almost feels like the world is coming down on you because they're putting their weight and the pressure on you. It's a terrible place to be.
I'm claustrophobic. You just made me sick.
Meanwhile, the domination by Persaud continues. Most likely a clean sweep here with only 1:10 minutes left to go. If Lang's going to make anything happen, it has to be right now. And we don't know. I mean, I don't know that all of Lang's superpowers have been mitigated by Persaud here. Maybe something's a little bit off with Lang tonight. He just doesn't seem like the same fighter to us.
But again, like Jeff said, styles make fights, and Persaud really, he's playing his game.
He's just so strong, so calm, methodical.
He is. He's very systematic and methodical when he fights in this cage. Apparently.
Would you like to see him, Will, in this situation? Maybe try to do some more strikes to the head, try to really finish his opponent at this point?
I feel like he knows he's ahead, and he'll look to pick those shots. But he knows what it's going to take to win this fight.
And to be honest with you, it's a very, very good fight, but it's just not the fast pace that we've been spoiled with all night so far.
You're exactly right. But a dominating performance nonetheless from Steven Persaud.
Is this that moment where we plant our flag and say we can't wait to see Persaud fight again?
Yes. And that's going to be one of the things I ask him in the cage.
Lang going flurry, trying to end with a flurry. Wow.
Well, a foregone conclusion once we get the official word from our ring announcer, Mike Falvo. Steven Persaud will be the lightweight title holder, and he'll wear that belt at Cage War 65.
Wow. And look, he goes right back over calmly to his corners, not looking at anybody else. He came here to win.
Tonight's contest, joining us in the cage to present tonight's lightweight championship is the owner and managing partner of Iron Tree Financial, a member of Cetera Investors, former Dallas Cowboy and New York football giant, Matt Tarullo. Joining him is the mayor of Schenectady, New York, ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Gary McCarthy.
Accepting some congratulations and some.
Also joining us in the cage is the owner of the Albany Firebirds, Mike Corda.
Thank you all so much for watching.
Also joining us here in the cage,
on Stimulus,
Assemblyman Angelo Santa Barbara.
Real taste of Cage Wars.
Loving it, absolutely loving it.
Well, you're doing a great job too, and it's
Thanks,
so much
man.
fun. And Will's fantastic. Our colleague Will Barry is up in the cage, and we'll send it up to
As
Mike
always,
Falvo for
ladies
the
and
decision.
gentlemen, a round of applause for two great fighters and one great championship matchup. After 3 hard-fought rounds of mixed martial arts action, we go to the official scorecard. Rob Exisa scored the fight 29-28. Chris Polinsky scored the fight 30-27, and John Lopez scored the fight 30-27. For your winner by way of unanimous decision, out of the blue corner, Steven Persaud.
Steven Persaud,
Oh,
the
there's
lightweight USMTA title holder here.
Tim Rankin's up there with him, get the belt. Look at behind. See that big bald dude behind him?
Yes.
That's Mike Corda, one of the owners of the Firebirds.
Well, thank you, Mike, for keeping arena football where it belongs.
Call him Vanilla Shrek.